You're welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. We're still talking about the situation in the Nigerian Football Federation. In case you missed it, General Secretary Sanusi Mohammed is back in the saddle on the orders of the presidency. And Shola Rogers has had a lot to say and still has more to say on this one. Let's move on now. I mean, the minister has come out to say what he says. Status quo remains. I wonder how he's going to, overturn what has happened already. But let's move on now.
It's obviously going to be messier in a couple of hours before, it's like the storm is still brewing. And if you look at the statement from the NFF, they are thanking the president now. They are addressing their gaze and their focus and everything is on the presidency. Like, oh, thank you, Mr. President, for bringing sanity back. Now, that means they are not even recognizing the fact that there's a minister of sports. That's what it means. Because ideally, what they should be saying is, oh, thank you, Minister of Sports, thank you, President, thank you, Vice President. And no, they're going straight to the President. The Minister of Sports is still adamant. He's saying, look, you guys are no longer recognized and all of that. I have a feeling that he should have handled it differently. You get, whether you were served by the court or not, you were not told to champion this cause. You see, we need to remind the people who appoint our ministers and everything, or even the minister himself, that you are the Minister of Sports, not the Minister of Football. Because I do not get the attention on football. It's just too much. Other sports are suffering. Other sports are dying. There's so much talent in Nigeria. We're not made of football alone. We're made of so many things. And the attention, even the football now is even dying. Now, CAF has reduced the number of slots that Nigeria has at club continental levels. Are we supposed to be happy about that? And
as a result of this crisis, the league is suspended.
The league is suspended. Now, how do we get the representative ready in time for the next window? There's so many things that we're not looking at here. Now, this is also going to affect sponsorship. One of the major sponsors has given them an ultimatum, 14-day ultimatum. That's just one. So many others. It's going to be a bandwagon effect. It happened to FIFA, even when FIFA started having crisis. If you check out the people who sponsored the last World Cup and the ones that are sponsoring the recent one in Russia, they were different. Not because their contracts really expired, but because they had issues with the brand. So, look, Nigerian sports needs all the money it can get. If the way the NFF has been run, if we continue like that, it's going to be a blessing to other sports. And you ask me why. What it basically means is that whatever football is getting from government will be reduced, so that at least the minister and the Ministry of Sport can channel the excess funds that might be left over from football, that football is not getting anymore, to other sports. Because other sports need attention. So, NFF crisis or no NFF crisis, let us bring it back home and remind ourselves that it's beyond these people or these gladiators. It's about those people who are the practitioners themselves. Footballers are at home now. They're training without any purpose or any reason because the league is suspended. People are talking about the NPFL. You've forgotten that the NNL also, the nationwide, the women's league, were supposed to be going to the World Cup, and the girls are out there. Nobody's talking about them. They played a couple of friendly games. The whole focus is on this crisis. Let them shit their swords and go back to the truth. And what is the truth is that the current NFF won an election that passed all the tests. The current NFF are legitimately in charge until September, when they organize another election. And if you kick them out and have some funny people organize some funny election, this crisis will come back again. So let us be patient. It's just barely a month and a half to go, barely 2 months. Be patient, allow these guys do what they're doing, and let them organize a credible election. If they are trying to return, then that's where you will now show that you also have the clout, because it's about numbers. Who is afraid of Majupinik? Let them go to election now. If he says he wants to come back, it's about him getting the required number of votes now, Abi.
And if he doesn't get
the other parties also feel so strongly, let them pick their forms. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said other party. It doesn't have to be the president that they're championing now. Because it could be somebody else. I know for a fact that 1 or 2 people in the Southwest have already indicated their intention to be NFF president. It's not a crime. It's not a crime. You understand? Even if we want fresh blood and we want other people to come on board, if these people are the ones that are going, then let them go. But you need this board who are duly elected, who have the legitimacy to organize the next election. If you don't do it, crisis upon crisis. Can we break from this? For the past 12, 16 years, this is what we've been experiencing in Nigerian football. And it's now come to the fore. It has hit the fan now, and it really must stop.
We hope it stops soon, just for the benefit of football, because at the end of the day, it's just football that will suffer. And that's what is happening right now. From football, let's go to rugby now. You mentioned it earlier, talking about the fact that they had some crisis way back, but right now they are better. But we're talking about the Lagos Rugby League. It enters week 5 this weekend. Some games will be decided at the main bowl of the National Stadium in Surulere. About 3 matches will be decided. The one from Division 1 and also from Division 2. We have Kari FC. They are almost there. I mean, should they win the game they're playing on Saturday, they would have won the league title. We've seen how they've been able to play most of the games, what they've been able to do, overtime and all that, just knowing that they're in that pole position to get the title. You
see, I'm already smiling and I'm so excited because Kari have done it year in, year out.
Yeah.
And last season, when people thought that it was going to be a walk in the park for them, no, it didn't happen like that. So other clubs are catching on. You see, but I'm very happy with the management of the Kari. They have formed the bulk of the national team, yes. And it shows you how strong. A few years ago, all our rugby players were based abroad. Overseas. Only a few of them. Yeah. But the trend has been reversed. Now we have the bulk of our players here, and we have a few coming from outside Nigeria. The league, as it's going on in Lagos, is going on up north. It's going the southwest, the southeast league is also ongoing, and that's the only way we can move rugby football forward. That's the only way we can move rugby football forward. And I'm going to use this opportunity to announce that as the vice chairman of Oyo Rugby, watch out for us next year. We're coming to the Southwest League.
Let him tell us more about that. Oyo Rugby,
Oyo Rugby,
there's a team in place already.
We're just building now. We have schools now that are already training, and basically we're showing them the ropes.
Wow.
So we're hoping that by the next season we'll be able to at least put up a team that will come to Lagos to play for the Southwest Rugby League.
We look forward to that one. Definitely.
I'm talking about fixtures for this weekend. If you want to enjoy good rugby, you have to go to the main bowl of the National Stadium Surulere in Lagos, and the games are starting at 11 a.m. The first game is between Pt.2 Rugby Football Club against King's College Old Boys Rugby Football Club. That is at 11 a.m. And the second, that's in Division 2. The one from Division 1 is Gosa FC and Lagos Police. That's at 1 p.m. And Racing FC and, of course, the big team you talked about. I have almost all in a cracker. That's at 3 p.m.
Racing Kari is going to be a tough game. Racing Kari always comes out like it's really going to be interesting. I'm definitely going to be there. It's going to be fun.
You're going to watch
and if they win this one, well, they got the link.
As usual.
Expect
more like it.
A lot of thunder and expected in that.
Because rugby is a very interesting game. You see, people have a misconception about the game. It's actually a gentleman's game.
Right.
It's about strength. It's about speed.
You're right, gentlemen. Let's move on. Gentle is nothing gentle.
Come on,
nothing gentle about rugby. I'm sorry. Apologies.
A rugby tackle.
That's it. Why we say that?
But that we also have rules.
It's strong. It's hard. You have to.
There are illegal tackles and all of that. And if you check it out, did you really hear about major injuries in rugby? Go and check. You don't.
I've seen a lot of concussion issues, going around these days.
We have more of concussion in American football than in rugby. And they all have all that protection and everything, even at that, because some of their tackles are meaner, they're bone crushing tackles. But rugby is about technique and style,
of course,
strength and speed. You guys should come out to the stadium, come and watch.
We will one of these days definitely come out. Let's move on from rugby now. Let's talk about another topical issue. Yesterday, Mesut Ozil announcing a couple of days ago, actually, announcing his retirement from international football, citing racism and disrespect from the DFB. That's the German FA, and the German FA have come out now to categorically deny there's any form of racism against Mesut Ozil. Like I said earlier, Shola, there seems to be divided opinions on this one. There are others that are actually in full support of what Ozil has said and done, while there are a few people I know that think he deserves wherever it's come to him after meeting with this man who's quite a controversial figure right now. The president of Turkey has been laid out. I mean, this has been,
politicized.
Yeah, let's use it that way. And it looks like that was an endorsement of the man. He's come out to say that's not the situation. But what do you think of all this now? Mesut Ozil, the German FA, coming out to... we'll just take the quote quickly before Geshola's thoughts on the situation. The German FA saying we emphatically reject the DFB being linked to racism. The DFB has been very involved in integration work in Germany for many years. The DFB stands for diversity, from the representatives at the top to the boundless day-to-day dedication of people at the base. They're not taking it lightly at all. Racism, no one wants to be associated with it.
Okay, the truth is that they both might be right. The DFB on their own part, because apart from Mesut Ozil, there are other people of different nationalities in that team.
Right.
You get Boateng is a standout one, and there's so many others. We've lost 1 or 2 Nigerian players to the German national team too.
Patrick Omoyela, I remember them.
So I don't think that they are racist.
Okay.
But Mesut Ozil has been singled out by the German media, mainly by the biggest newspaper, Bild. If you check the day he resigned and the caption, it was not nice. You get, it's as if they have something for him. You get, and a few other top Germans have also come out to criticize him. Now the criticisms are actually unfounded because after sports, Bleacher Reports, and even FIFA, everybody have brought out the stats, and it shows that Ozil actually had a fantastic World Cup. He actually played well, better than most people in his position at this World Cup. But because he has this style that is kind of laid back, and people think, but when you go and check the stats, you find out how important he is to that team.
That's why coaches keep selecting him.
Someone who has won German Footballer of the Year 5 times in the past 5 or 6 or 7 years, he's always won he's won it about 5 times. It shows you how good he is. You get, so the Germans like him, the German fans like him, but a certain section of the media do not like Mesut Ozil, and he's always the one that they single out for criticism.
He's always a
scapegoat, regardless of the fact that he's played well. They just don't care.
Interesting.
So I don't blame him if he feels this way.
Oh, interesting. You said that the Germans are perhaps they're not racist. The DFB, that is, they're not racist, no racism. But shouldn't they have protected Mesut Ozil from all these, storm that was coming his way, especially from the media? Did they really come out?
If I was involved with their PR team or management team, I would call Mesut Ozil. I won't even respond immediately like this. Okay, Mesut, let's sit down and talk. Even if you want to stop playing for the German national team, we need to iron out these issues that you have raised. When they have a sit down one-on-one, that's what they should have done before bringing out a statement. Because now it looks like they are loggerheads now. You get, so I think that they should have called him and sat him down. And because I saw a video of him explaining the reasons why he talked about sponsorship and some other issues. There are some brands that have actually stopped working with him because of this political wahala, you get. But however, he gave kudos to about 3 other brands that stood by him. So it goes beyond that. That's what I'm saying. We need to always tackle things head on and go at the truth. Always look for the truth in this matter.
Address
it head on. Let's avoid all the criticisms. I know this applies to every other thing we've discussed too.
Interesting. We talked about okay, before we take more reactions from that one.
Let's just go for a break now. We'll come back. We'll listen to reactions from some of the German fans. Some are happy, some are not.